no other person. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is a lawyer. This person loves technology. This person loves to talk about startups, intellectual properties. This guest of ours, you are going to experience very soon. Um, it's an associate, and you will love to hear what she does. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time onto the Power Impulse Show, it's no other person than Cecilia Andrew Chem. Let's welcome her. Oh. I
Thank
don't know
you.
what to do for her. Yes. How are you, Cecilia?
I'm excellent. How are you, Benjamin?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to have you here, so I'm happy and I'm good. Yeah. How has the year been so far for you?
So far so good. I would say it's been a very fruitful and eventful year for me. So yes.
Fruitful and eventful year for you. Wow. Now, I did a little bit introduction about you, but it's good that you are here. So we want to hear you talk to us yourself. Tell us who is Cecilia Entry, and then I will pick it from there.
Yes. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you and your team for hosting me today on your show. Yeah, so Cecilia is a lawyer. I would say a year and a little older at the bar, at the Ghana bar, yes, a lawyer at the Ghana bar. And I practice with Sustainary Attorneys as an associate. I specialize in technology, intellectual property, corporate and transactions, and dispute resolution. It might look like a lot for a young lawyer, but that's my area of specialty, and I focus more on technology and innovations. And I'm looking forward to a very, very insightful session and exciting time with you all. Thank you for having me once again.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Yes, so we want to just find out from you. What motivated you to getting into where you are as an associate? Did you was it a childhood dream or along the way you said, I love these people, let me just go there? How did you get into
Interesting.
the
This
associate
this
part?
conversation is going to take a very long time, but let me just give that brief version. It's a whole story. I think the narration would take long if I should start from where it really started from. But I would say being a lawyer has always been a childhood dream of mine.
Wow.
And yes, it's always been a childhood dream. So right after school, I mean after my basic education, I just set out that I'm going to be a lawyer in spite
Wow.
of everything.
At that age. What
Yes.
what what, what made you like it? Was it something about the profession that you love at that early stage that you said, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm going straight. I mean, or
Oh
something of that
yeah,
sort.
I just like when we're kids we used to watch movies. So you were the judge, and then she would hit the gavel on the table. Objection overruled. The one lawyer will get up. Objection, my lord. According to article, so. I just like when they rattled, and I'm like, no, I'm going to do this too. It was just a plan for me.
All right. So there wasn't any physical person that you were looking up to, like, oh, my auntie is a lawyer, my uncle is a lawyer, or this person in our area is a lawyer.
No, it just started from the movies. I just like how they did the whole theatrics with the law. And even though my great grandfather was a judge at the time, I mean, he wasn't the main focus. I just like what I saw in the movies, and I said, this is me.
Hey, what movie are you watching? Somebody watched a movie and saw something and said, this is the profession I want to get into. What movie are you watching? And what are you taking out from the movie you're watching here? Are you just watching who are you watching the movie? You just watching the storyline, or you've seen this actor playing this role so well that you feel like this is what I want to become in future, or this is what I want to do. What movie are you watching? Right, thank you so much, Cecilia. So Cecilia saw it at that early stage. So making your way to that side, how was the journey like? Was it that difficult, or was it a smooth journey for you to get there?
I would say it was a roller coaster. You feel some, you pass some, but at the end of the day, you just hold on to that dream. You hold on to that hope. I want to be a lawyer, and that is it.
I want to be a lawyer, and that is it. We hold on to that goal. So During your time, I mean, so you've practiced it for some years now, right? So you've practiced it for some years now.
Oh yes, I would say relatively. I'm still a baby in the law,
But that's good.
but
That's good. That shows some. I mean, some encouragement, so that those of us who want to enter there can see we have Cecilia there, and we love the way she's doing her thing. So hey, let's move into it and then get in there. Right. Okay. So with that said and done, we are good to go for what we have on our plate or on our table today. We're going to look at this topic for today: leveraging technology to drive workplace performance in a digital age. We want to break it. We want to break it first. Leveraging technology to drive workplace performance. So, what are some of the things? I mean, is it that workplace performances are being reduced because we're not making use of technology, or is it that we are not aware of these technologies that is not making workplace performances go on? What is it? How are we going to leverage this thing? How's workplace performance related to technology? You love technology, so yes, you are the right person.
oh yes, yes, right. So looking at where the world is moving to now, I mean, businesses, there's a lot of competition going on in the market. And if you really want to keep your customers, if you really want to keep your clients, you would have to augment how you work because your operational processes would feed into your results in terms of delivering to your customers or your clients. So if you are not enhancing your processes, then at the end of the day, the quality and even the quantity of what you're going to churn out becomes an issue. And the world has moved from that mechanical way of operating businesses, mechanical way of operating, to that more technological way. So there's been so much advancement, there's been so much transformations going on. So I believe it is time that businesses just rose up to the occasion and make sure that they adopted the necessary tools to make them the stop shop or the best choice as they would want to be. Of course, to make the profits too, it's also very important.
To me, the prophecy is also very, very important. So yes, we need it all. Right. So are there some tools that people will need to leverage on? I mean, to make the performances. I mean, hit top notch. I mean, for now, we've moved from the brick and mortar kind of business. So we are in a digital age. What are some of these technologies that people can leverage on? I mean, and some of this technology, is it industry specific, or it's a general technology that every industry can ride on or use to improve their performances at their workplace?
Okay, so I'll say borderline, there are very generic technological tools, but at the end of the day, you would need to align it to suit the business model that you are running. So that if you take a technology like artificial intelligence, wherever you find yourself, you're going to need AI. You're going to need to employ the tools of AI to help your business because every business feeds on data. If you are going to market or sell your products or even your services, it's going to be to clients. But then you're going to
Right.
need some information to be able to tailor the services or the product that you are delivering to them. So, as I would say, it's borderline generic technological tools, but you would need to know how best or how wide or how limiting it can be for me. So you can better integrate it into your systems to provide better business solutions.
All right. So some of these technologies are they kind of free for people to easily use them, or hey, they are technologies that needs to be purchased? And then since you are into startups, how are startups going to be able to make use of these technologies to improve their businesses and get them to the levels that can compete with other international organizations?
Okay, so some of them are free to an extent, but everything that's free has a limit. You wouldn't get the pro and the plus version. Even the much talked about Chat GPT has the general one everybody can use, but if you want the advanced one, you're gonna have to subscribe. So yes, we have the free tools you can use, but then if you really want the advanced one to help your business, you're going to have to let go some CDs or dollars.
You want to let go some cities or dollars, and then with these technologies, okay, so like a startup, a new startup that is coming up. What are the advices you want to give to, and then what are the kind of technology you should go for? A startup who just started probably like a year in business. I mean, with your legal background, with your technology savvy background, and then a startup passion. What is this kind of advice you're going to give to a startup business that is, I mean, trying to move into the digital age? What are some of the things they need to do? What are some of these technologies they need to do? So let's narrow it to a food vendor, a startup, or any other example that you want to use to give us the briefing of this.
Okay, so for startups, I would say just make use of the applications and then the softwares, the free versions, because you would need to keep your funds very well, because you may not necessarily have a lot of it, so you don't want to just put everything into getting all those technology. You would have to streamline your resources very well. So the free tools, you can use them, and then with time, when your business begins to pick up and you're able to pitch to investors, let them see where I'm going, what are my deliverables, these are the things I'm looking to leverage to better drive the solutions I have there. Then you can go large scale, go more advanced in terms of the technology you want to use. But for now, yes, they can use the free tools available.
Right, you can use the free tools available. Yes, if you're just joining us, you're on the Power and Pursuit Show, where today we have here Cecilia Entry, and that is taking us to this wonderful topic that we are looking at, leveraging technology to drive workplace performance in a digital age. You should know that you're in a digital age, so you need to put yourself out there. Some also say that, okay, I'm not a tech savvy person. Let me do my business this way. What else? That's some of the advice you want to give to these people. Say, I'm just starting my business. I don't have the base. I don't have the money. I just want to start it something small. Why should I rush myself and get to these technologies? What if I'm hacked? What if someone takes over my page and then I mean bad information is channeled out? Well, what should I do? I mean, I don't like anything technology. After all, what is it going to give to me? What am I going to get? What am I going to get if I push on to these technological spaces? What is a typical example that you want to give without mentioning any software or something, but something that you can say, okay, as a business, as a young business that you are into this industry, when you go on to the digital space, this is some of the things you can do to push yourself out there that others can see you. This is something you cannot do. Something for our startup so that we can, we can get to, we can come abreast with technology.
Yes, yes. I think it would stem from the whole understanding of technology, because technology is not one big thing out there. It's just the everyday tools you use. So even being connected to the internet to be able to access web browsers, because as a young business, you would be more interested and focused in how you are able to market your products. So yes, look for how you can leverage the internet so that even if it's any of those social media pages, if you can spend some few CDs, not so much, to get the ads to make sure that anytime someone opens, let's say IG, they are getting your products as one of the first things that's popping up. So people get to see that, okay, this is the business, this is the solution you're driving. That's good. But it's not a matter of I don't like technology. It has come to stay, whether you like it or not. You would have to use it. If not, everyone is taking your business away from you. Even with the current customers or clients you're trying to build, the ones you may have gotten over time, people are taking them away because they would have provided a framework where the people are able to access some form of embedded services. So you can't say, I don't like technology. It has become that you must use technology. You just have to find the cost efficient one so that you don't get to spend so much. But as you go with time, you would have to grow and scale.
You can't say you don't like technology. You have
You
to.
have to.
But
Yeah.
what about those that they have to, but they don't have the means? They are not even tech savvy people. They don't. With such people, what do you advise them to do? Because let's say this person is advanced in age and says during my time we never had anything like this. I'm not ready to do this, but this business have other people on it. What advice you want to give to that person? They are not ready. They are not ready.
I would say if you can, there are free courses on how you can use something. In fact, you don't need to take the course, just go on YouTube
Right.
and learn how to do something new. Because it's all
Right.
about being innovative, not
Okay.
necessarily, okay, go and get this. So, how do I get to position my business? And these are things you find, and it's all part of technology. That's why I said technology is not one big abstract thing. It's something that's with us, but it's how we are able to employ it, how we are able to use it that really matters. So if you are saying, okay, I'm old, I'm not tech savvy, I can't even navigate YouTube, get a young person. Or in fact, if you're very serious about your business, you wouldn't even say I'm old. Even the old people are like, no, if you're really serious about your business, not all about having a business name or having a legacy just for the sake of having a legacy, you would want to necessarily because our old people now use mobile phones.
Right.
They could say that I don't want to use mobile phone because I was born before computer, I was born before the mobile device age. But now they have to use it. Some are even forced to use laptops, even though their typing speed is 0.001. I mean, you have to because you're going to have to interface with it every now and then. You would have to
Right.
learn. Yes. So I think it's a learning platform for everyone and everyone should be interested in using these tools.
Everyone should be interested in using this too. So, when we're leveraging technology for or to drive workplace performance, sometimes when you're talking about workplace performance, so in my work area, what kind of technology am I going to use there? I mean, what I'm not the owner of the business. I am just working there. What technology am I going to use to improve or better my performance at my workplace? I come in there, I'm being given a job to do, I just execute it and I'm done. What technologies am I going? Is it that I'm going to rely on some AI tools that when I'm being given some job, I drop it in for you to do it for me, and then what if my bosses see that well I'm not thinking, I'm not doing the hard work and something is doing for me? How are you going to manage this thing so that we see that yes, I'm making good use of technology to improve or to drive performance in my workplace?
Okay, so when we talk about that leveraging the technology to drive workplace performance, yes, it can have the two sides to it, but it's more about the employer. What are the
Right,
systems and the structures you have put in place to better position your employees to deliver on their responsibilities or the roles you would have assigned to them?
right,
So it's an organizational thing because at the end of the day, the employee is to help you achieve the organizational goals. They just have to be aligned to make sure that they are delivering the right things to the company. So it's about the business putting in these structures because sometimes the cost involved. I mean, if I'm an employee, I wouldn't really be bothered about how I can leverage AI tools. Of course, if it makes my work a lot easier, I'll do it. If it saves me time from having to think and use my brain so much, I would do it. But the ultimate goal is not just about making my job easier. It is what are the structures or the systems that the business itself or the organization itself has put in place so that if we have a technology adoption plan where we know that okay, we are going to leverage artificial intelligence and then machine learning. So if we deliver, even if it is food you are selling or
right,
any product or solution you are delivering out there, you are going to feed on information. So the information you are feeding on, how best can you draw insights from this information, that's the customer or the client information, to better deliver services and products to them? So that if you
wow,
see that, oh, we have this percentage of customers being interested in this particular product, then it means that using machine learning, we are able to do some data analysis to see that if we are to produce 2,000 tons or 2,000 cartons, then we are expected to have so much customers purchasing it. So it brings that predictive ability to it. And even when it comes to, so you see, it will make the work of the employee very simple because at the end of the day, they don't have to go and sit and be doing tallying like how we used to do back in school, the frequency table. Okay, so these people are doing this 1, 2, 3, 4. You cancel, you move, then you go and record. It takes that mechanic approach of it. All they have to do is
Wow.
to feed the data. It's able to run the process, following all the algorithmic processes, and then it comes out with the insights. And this would help with customer service delivery, even with market predictions and product insights and all that. And also, another thing that would happen is that if you are able to build some form of robotic process automation where you are able to build a software that is able to handle ordinary tasks, automate these tasks for you, you see that you begin to free your employees from these very mundane tasks. So that, let's say, we have chatbots all over. So if I go to my bank and I'm having issues with maybe withdrawing or transferring money, all I have to do is to go to the maybe the WhatsApp platform or the system that has a chatbot. I just input. The moment you say hello, they'll just bring you the options. You see, that would have been possible because they would have used the artificial intelligence and the whole machine learning process to say that, okay, most of the time customers have these queries.
Right.
Or even if you are selling a product on the market, most of the time, even if it's an e-commerce platform, customers have these queries. Clients come
Right.
up with these queries. So it becomes more like a frequently asked question, but then in a more productive form. So it's easily available to them. They are able to do it. And then you don't have to get your worker or your employee having to set aside time, having to deal with very sometimes rude customers and clients and all that. I mean, you get the robot to do that. Even if you insult it, it's telling you what it has to tell you. You see. Yes. And then there is also what we call the software as a service. That's also another technology that businesses can use. So, software as a service, you are just looking at how you can access information or software services in a cloud-based system. So it's like putting a lot of software services together so that it's easily accessible to everyone. Talk about Microsoft 365. You have your PowerPoint, you have your Word, Access, Outlook, everything there. So you see, it puts everyone on a single platform. All you need is internet connectivity so that if I'm not in the office and then my boss needs information, all I have to do is to go onto the platform, log in, and then I'm able to generate the information. Wherever I am, I'm able to work, and it doesn't delay the operational process or put a pause in the operational process. It's something that I think it's coming up. Most businesses have adopted it. I mean, individually we use it. We all like the G Suite, the Microsoft 365, Dropbox because we can go there and then easily access the documents and work on them. But I think organization-wise, the business should begin to look at that massive and large-scale adoption. And then there's also another one, the Internet of Things. So yes, we say the whole digital age, but then underlining the digital age is internet connectivity. So the Internet of Things is just you connecting several devices over the internet so they are able to share data. So that if I am a business, a manufacturing business, or no matter the industry I find myself in, I'm able to connect all my devices such that I'm able to get real time information. So that if employee A is in, let's say, the supply department and the other one is in the processing department, they are able to communicate simply and easily because of that kind of interconnection that's going on. And it facilitates real time tracking and monitoring of operational processes. If you have to supply, okay, so it's even able to tell the lapses if someone is doing something you're not supposed to do because at every point in time, looking at the movements of whatever process, whatever solution or whatever product, it is tracking it in real time because we have connected our devices and we are all on this platform and we are able to generate information. And it also helps customers as well because if a customer comes in, you're able to, I mean, study their behavior depending on what they like to spend on or what their queries are really about. So you get the information, you draw the data, you take it through your AI ML processes depending on the software that you are using, draw insights and you better assist them. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I mean, viewers will join us here on the Prime Pacific Show, and we are here. I mean, having a wonderful time with Cecilia MP. I mean, she's just giving us some mind blowing stuff. Yeah, these are things you're doing, but we are wondering if we talk about leveraging technology. You are thinking that we need to go and get some gadgets and come and put them all around here, and then we start working with them. But you know what? You've broken it into the simplest form for us to understand that yes, We are already using these things. Yeah. Because yes, when we talk about leveraging it to drive workplace, but we thought we were going to go and get some robots to come and stand by us at the workplace, or we need to get this gadget by us at the workplace, and that gadget is doing. But I think you just explain everything to them. Yes, with all this is with someone who is going to ask, don't you have any risks attached to all this thing? Because you virtually having that free will, doing all stuff, and lovely, lovely, lovely. Thanks to all that we went through during the COVID time. What are you talking about? You can stay at home. All you need is on the internet, and once your systems have been connected through the cloud-based system, you are able to work and see. I mean, are there any risks attached to all these things? Are we not opening our work place, or we open our documents to the outside world, and it's risky.
Yes, I mean, we all love technology, but we also like to pause and take a deep breath when it comes to the risk, the security risk mainly that comes with it. Because of the nature of how these technological tools are, you would
Right.
really need to have a risk management system in place, because underlining all of this is the use of people's information, the use of data, and hackers are real. I mean, they are real. As much as we are trying to augment our business processes with technology, they are also leveraging technology to better hack systems. Yes.
So they're also
So
making use of technology.
perfect. So I think for businesses, what businesses can do is to further leverage technology to handle all these risks. So that if they are going to have those encryption technologies in place to make sure that all the information are encrypted, it wouldn't be easy to be decoded. That is fine. It works well. But it's important that every digital infrastructure that is put in place has some gateway monitoring system. And these we can use with all the blockchain technology, which is also another technology, and then other biometric technologies that we have out there. The issue of privacy becomes also concerning, because you are dealing with people's data. You are drawing insights from my data to deliver services to me. I will be worried as a customer, because I mean, I just received a text from one gentleman in Nigeria last night telling me he got my contact from one platform and that he has a business offering. And I'm like, how did you get my contact? He said, I got it from the platform. I said, no, I don't remember inputting my data on the platform. How did you access it? So that becomes a worry. I'm like,
Right.
all the way from Nigeria, offering me job. I'm in Ghana. How do you expect me to go to Nigeria and work?
You're
So
going
that,
to make
that's
use of technology. You're going to make use of technology.
exactly. So now technology becomes a two-edged sword. It has its good part and then its bad part. So I think businesses will have to that whole thing about customer consent and protection of data. And for us as a country, I'm very happy that we have a whole data protection law in place. It means that businesses will have to take that law into cognizance and make sure that all the processes they have to implement and integrate into their system to make sure that people's data are not easily accessed or generated by third parties are done in the right form. And the other thing has to do with intellectual property. Because
Right.
when it comes to artificial intelligence, especially the generative AI bit, when you mentioned in the question that if they give me work, I don't want to think, I use AI, get the whole thing. So I would use ChatGPT because I think everybody uses ChatGPT, and even the Microsoft thing that's running on the ChatGPT 4.0. It's very enhanced. It's able to generate. I even realized that now it's generating images and all that. Funny sometimes, but I mean, you get the concept. Yes, you realize that sometimes because of the kind of feedback you need, the kind of information you need to generate, you might input the tendency to input accurate client or customer details is it's so high, because you
Right.
want find solutions. So your boss will think that okay, you got this thing right, you are thinking in the right way. So it comes with the whole privacy issue, and then even with the information that it will generate to you. If you are a data collection company which draws insights, If you go to ChatGPT to get all these information to you, one, you don't know the data source because it doesn't come with sources. Of course, Microsoft, the Bing comes with the sources and all that, so you know, okay, this is where this is coming from. But if you're going to use ChatGPT, it doesn't come with sources. And then people's copyrights, because somebody may have put the information there. All it does is to synthesize this information and then give it to you as the response. So that also becomes a concern. And I am happy that the EU has taken the step in rolling out the EU Act on AI regulation. And one of the recommendations it put in place was for OpenAI, the company that rolled out ChatGPT, to start referencing the sources where they get their information from. But it doesn't also change the fact that they are not doing it now. And you're going to, I mean, tamper with people's intellectual property rights. So businesses don't want to run the risk of being slapped with an intellectual property suit because those are really huge figures we are talking about. Really, really huge figures. And it might cripple the business.
Right.
Yes.
So I mean, these are some of the concerns people have. In all this, why should I still roll over or move on to using technology to improve or drive this performance? Because one, like just as you said, intellectual property, you put it into this chat GPT or just put it into any of this AI. It's just crawling information from the web and giving it to you with no reference, with no source. And you are also a business entity. You want to use this thing for your market or for your competition, and then you drop it out there. Then there's this suit. Someone comes in and then, hey, this is my intellectual property. I never got any reference. I've been in all this. All this. Why would somebody risk him or herself to say, then let me go on and use it? Because knowing what is ahead of me, the tendency that I'm going to tamper with someone's intellectual property. Why do I even go in the first place? Why don't you allow me to do my normal way of going about business? What would you tell someone or say to somebody with this kind of concern?
Okay, so I would say that it's not all about shying away from the technology because you'll be doing yourself more harm than good. It's just how measured you would be when you're using the technology. Because the business is an entity and it's the employees or the workers or the officers that are going to, I mean, adopt all these processes as part of their roles or responsibilities. It means that they must be sensitized as to how these ethical concerns can come up. So as a business, yes, cybersecurity. I mean, it's something that has been coming up ever since we moved to the digital age, the whole global village thing. But some businesses are better able to protect themselves because, as I said, they have put in place systems, structures, and infrastructure to check all these concerns. So they are like regular updating of their security systems and then auditing their security systems, checking their technological infrastructure. Okay, so what are the loopholes we can fill? So you don't just adopt these technologies and then you leave it. You must monitor it. You must have regular audits. But if you say I'm not going to use it at all, it's to your disadvantage. So have ongoing regular monitoring. Make sure that you are checking. Okay, so our security system, is it foolproof? Are people still able to tamper with customer data? Are they able to get access to even our data, our cloud infrastructure, or our cloud servers? How well protected are they? Is it easily accessible by hackers? Do we need to improve on something? Do we need to, encrypt it more? All these are concerns that should come up. So instead of just saying I would not use it at all, I think the focus should be how best can we protect what we are using. And then how can we train our employees because they are the ones going to work with it. If you're an employee who uses ChatGPT, yes, ChatGPT can give you fine answers, but I always say that it's more of a structural bot than the substance bot. If you need structure, is the perfect tool to use. If you need a concept on how to go about something, is the perfect tool to use. So it's all about sensitizing or educating employees on how best to adopt these systems so that if you're going on ChatGPT and you need some kind of feedback, don't put the customer or the clients or even the business's bio data there. You can go abstract, you can go hypothetical. You are still going to get the information you need. But you see, the human tendency, when you find something that makes your work very easy for you, you just copy paste. That's how it's been like.
Makes
Just
it
copy
easier.
paste, and it makes life a whole lot easier. Yeah, so I think the worry more should be, or the concern more should be about how we are able to protect our devices, our infrastructure, rather than just shying away from the use of technology. And importantly, train and sensitize employees on how best to use them, when you should put a stop to what you are doing, when you should go ahead to use a certain software or application, the red flags you should look out for. These are things I think businesses should focus on more.
These are things businesses should focus for on the red flags, not just shining away from the technology, but then finding ways and means to protect what you have and to leverage on the technology. So that's a powerful point there that has been made. Are we in a technological age or are we in a digital age? So does it mean all the manual things we used to do are going to be swept away? Or what age are we in? When we talk about the digital age, what is it? What is it that businesses need to come to terms with? You need to understand what is the digital age. We normally hear digital age, digital. What is happening? What is this digital age all about? What is it? What is it?
I think you answered it when you were asking the question. It's the technological age because
Mm,
it's just more about information and technology, how technology is using information to make our
right.
jobs and our work very, very easy. I mean, the whole industrial revolution that started because hitherto we had the manpower going onto the fields, the farms, running the machinery, the factories, and then we're like, okay, we can actually have devices, equipment that can do what the human beings are doing. That's how it started, the Industrial Revolution. But then it was harnessed later by the internet connectivity and then the build-up of technological devices. So now we see that whole interconnectedness. So it's not just about the equipment anymore, but how these equipments are interconnected to better deliver the services that we are running. So yes, yeah, in a digital age, we still have the feature of the manual aspect because some things can never go digital. So there's still going to be manual work. Even if you have technology coming in, there's someone who has to man the technology. So that if AI or you employ AI tools and it is giving you insights on maybe some consumer preferences, you are going to have to do the recording yourself. And at the end of the day, you're
Right.
going to have to analyze and see how best it will fit your business solutions and how best to help in your product design and then your product build up. So yes, the whole mundane manual where you have to do the calculation yourself will be taken away because of the automated processes. But then that critical thinking aspect on, okay, so if you want to go on this market, what are the numbers you are looking at? Who are our targets? The demographics. Still human beings would have to think. So yes, the manual wouldn't necessarily go away. I always say that technology or even AI in its general sense will never replace the human aspect of working. It is just going to enhance or augment our work processes. So we shouldn't think that maybe technology has come to replace us. It is better helping us to deliver the things you already know to do.
Technology is better helping us do the things we already do or know. So it's not taking everything away or it's not making human beings desolate. I would rather it's enhancing it. It's enhancing it. Yeah, so you know it already. I know you've been watching and you've been monitoring. You've been on the show. You know what we do always. We always come up with a hashtag for the day. So please, if you're watching, I want to find out if you've been able to get a hashtag for today. If you have, Charlie, drop it. Let's see. Let's compare our notes and see if we are having the same hashtag for today. And then I will come up with a lot have been shared. I mean, leveraging technology. We want to drive workplace performance in this digital, and we broke it into the bits. And then Cecilia, oh my God, made it easier for us by letting us know all the processes, letting us understand it. I mean, we've been hearing those big terms, those big words, but she has been able to break it down for us to understand that hey, the technology is already being used by us. It is with us. It has come to stay. I'm sure. I'm sure some of you may use it whilst you are logging on to this platform or logging on to this page. You are actually using it. Yeah, it's making life easier. You are improving our performance. So I mean, one of the days we will say today's episode is being held at CD Conference Center at Legon, and then we will have to move all the way to the conference center for it. But now we are left. You are sitting in the comfort of your homes, the comfort of your offices, comfort of your cars, wherever, and then you are enjoying it. You've joined this conversation. That's leveraging technology. So that's what we're talking about. Use it in your workplace to improve or drive performance. So yes, that is all we've been talking about so far. And then I think it has been a wonderful episode. And I'm sure, Cecilia, you're going to come again for a part two.
Oh, yes.
You're going to come again for a part two where we're going to dive deeper and deeper into it. But before you go, legal, since you are in there, the legal tendencies that I'm using technology. People easily, I mean, are not aware of some of these things, and then technologically sway into the slippery area of the laws that might attach you, and then you actually said some earlier on that we are privileged to have data protection instituted in our part here. But what that means, I mean, that legally we might find ourselves in using technology in a wrong way.
Uh, I think it will come in the way we employ the tool. So I think
Right.
businesses would need to have a structure where they make sure that their operations, especially, is not breaching any law. In
Right.
terms of cyber risk, we are looking at cyber security because there are actually certain obligations on service providers and even users, the things they can do and the things they cannot do. So if you realize that you're going to use all this technology and it's going to be mostly cloud-based solutions or cloud-based servers you're using, then you must have the right tools and then the equipment that you are using. And of course, data. It goes back to the Data Protection Act. So,
Right.
how accessible are your data? Do you always obtain customer or data persons their consent before you use their data so you don't end up like me where I'm in Ghana and I have someone in Nigeria offering me a job and I'm wondering where they got my data from.
Right.
So how wide you can share this information and then the intellectual property issues. Okay, so these are very important concerns that I think we should be mindful of. We haven't had the situation or issue of someone suing someone because they generated their data or used their information they thought has been on ChatGPT. I mean, on the internet that ChatGPT synthesized for them to use. So we don't want to get there. As I said, it's
Right.
always a huge cost, and you don't want to cripple your business just because of one very, I don't want to use the word irresponsible, but
Right.
an employee who didn't really pay attention to the rules. So the best thing you can do is to have a compliance procedure in place and make sure that you're always auditing these processes and procedures and ensure that employees are sticking to the plan.
Right. So I have a question here and says that from a legal point of view, if I subscribe to a cloud-based system and then I later found out that my information is out in the public and it's as a result of a breach of the vendor that I subscribe to. What are some of the legal, I mean, the approaches or processes one can take to rectify this whole issue? It's a question that is coming up here.
I'll say get a lawyer.
Right.
Get a
Right.
lawyer and we'll take it from there. So mostly some of them may have dispute resolution procedures or mechanisms embedded in their onboarding processes. But if they don't and you think it's something that's really going to affect your business, you can I don't want to say sue them, but get a lawyer. The
Right.
conversation would kick from there.
We'll pick up from there. Right, so get a lawyer. So that means there's a lawyer in the house here. So I mean, so it means is it that I don't know, but mostly you only have people going for lawyers or getting a lawyer when they are in such a situation. But prior to they even getting into that agreement, why is it that they don't think of lawyers coming in before they sign the SLAs and all those stuff. But then when this issue, just like the example this gentleman raised, then we are now looking for lawyers.
I think we should throw the question to them. I'm not in a better position to be a lawyer.
Hey, come and answer your questions. Come and answer. Yes, like we need to throw the questions back to you. Come and answer the question. Why don't you go for the lawyers? And then when you have a problem, then you are now looking for lawyers. Come and answer it yourself. Come.
Exactly. I mean, it's a question every lawyer always asks you. Why didn't you get a lawyer before getting into this? And now you are in it. You expect us to work magic. And funny enough, they are so not patient. They expect you to do magic. So always consult a lawyer before you enter into these agreements and subscribe to these channels. So
Right,
sometimes, because of their nature, they come with standard terms, and
right.
because you need to sign on to these platforms, you just agree. You don't read the privacy terms and
Exactly,
everything.
exactly.
You just accept because if you
We
don't
just
agree,
agree. We just agree. We just
you
agree.
just agree and
We are waiting for the agree button at the end of the page.
exactly. Yes.
Wow, wow. So that's advice for you. Get a lawyer at an early stage. And then, I mean, exactly for startups and all those things that are trying to leverage on technology. I think that's the best advice you need to get from here today. You get a lawyer from that early stages so that they can guide you up and through. Is it that the lawyers do charge a lot? Oh, it's cost burden. So that's why people are
Everything
running
is
away.
negotiable. Everything is negotiable. So it is not just about getting any lawyer. Get the right lawyers. Because some lawyers, depending on their area of specialization, may not necessarily be in a better position to advise you. So
Right,
get a tech lawyer. Let me qualify that. If it's something
right,
tech related, get a tech lawyer. But just make sure you're getting the right lawyer to
right,
handle
right.
these things for you.
Right. To guide you through. Get a tech lawyer to guide you through most of these processes so that you don't find yourself in the web. Then now you are looking out for a lawyer when you've actually given consent unknowingly by clicking on this agree buttons, which is always the one we are looking for because we need to install that application. We need to use that application ASP. So I mean, we don't even read it. And in there, there's that clause in there that we never read and never understood. And even if we read it, we didn't understand it. I mean, legally, but we just wanted to use that application. Then we just installed it, and then you have your information breached or you have our information out in the public, and then you are now looking for a lawyer. But we go back into the SLA and it says I consent by giving up my contacts, giving up my camera, my microphone and everything to this application. Now you are looking at. So please, that's from Cecilia to you. Get a tech lawyer to help you review most of these SLAs before you sign them. All right, so it's been a wonderful time again. It's a wonderful episode today. And yes, or too soon, our time is getting to the end of the show. But before that, you know what? We'll take our final words from Cecilia and Shem to just let us know, final words on this wonderful topic that we've had today that has actually enlightened us, leveraging technology to drive workplace performance in a digital age. What are your final words that you want to share with us?
Okay, I'll just say this favorite quote that I like to share with people all the time by Pat Morris Warrior. He says that technology is the catalyst for innovation, and innovation is the engine for progress. So make sure you are getting the right tools to enhance your business operations. Don't say that I can't use technology or it's too expensive. You would rather be doing yourself more harm because the market is getting tighter and tighter, and competition would never cease. You want to be on top of your game. You want to keep the clients and customers you have. And bottom line, every business is out there looking for profits. I said earlier that no business is looking to make just the name or just being happy to know that I have a business name. You are in to make profits. So adopt the right tools to make the best out of everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Adopt the right tools to make the best out of everything that you find yourself in. And yes, thank you so much for having you here and then giving us this wisdom nuggets. Yes, yes, yes. So now up to the hashtag for the day. Hashtag. What was your hashtag for today? I have my own. Ladies and gentlemen, let us drop our hashtag for today. Waiting for the hashtag. Yes, there we have it. Our hashtag for today. Mm-mm. Leveraging technology. Leveraging technology. You can't hide from it. You can't take it out of the question or the equation. You need to have it there, leverage on it, and better use it to your advantage. And then be aware of the risks by training and getting the necessary understanding to use all those tools that need to be. Right. So on that note, once a very big thank you to our guest for today, Cecilia Energy Chem, for taking us through this wonderful nuggets. And then we want to say thank you so much on behalf of the team here from the African Season Speakers Network. We say thank you for coming on to the show and thank you for sharing with us. And on to you, our lovely viewers. Thank you for making time to be part of this episode as well. And then, as I always say, dreams are in levels. Make sure you get to the top level of your dream. So we meet same time next week. We want to say have a wonderful week. And remember, leverage technology for the best and improvement of your business. Have a wonderful week. See you same time next week on the same platform. My name is Benjamin Owusu Ansah. Have a wonderful week. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Benjamin. Thank you.
Thank you.